This episode of Weekly Weird News is sponsored by Stitch Fix and Quip.
Some of the most magical Weekly Weird moments are when worlds collide. In one corner, Elon Musk, a guy we've talked about a lot, mainly on Tech News Day, because in addition to being a rich, successful guy, he's also weird and fascinating and kind of terrible in a way that no other tech executive allows themselves to be seen. In the other corner, the insane clown posse and their legion of clown-faced fans known as the juggalos, a widely mocked and, in our opinion, tragically misunderstood subculture of outsiders.
We love the juggalos. Now, at first glance, and I guess second and third glance, you wouldn't think there'd be much in common between Insane Clown Posse and Elon Musk, or much crossover between both parties' very dedicated fan bases, aside from maybe Musk fans calling the cops on some juggalos every once in a while. That's probably happened. But people are complex and multifaceted. Just because you wear clown makeup and shout whoop whoop while sipping on Faygo doesn't mean you can't also be environmentally conscious, or vice versa.
Yeah. So it was somewhat surprising when earlier this week, the official ICP Twitter account tweeted out a new music video from one of their psychopathic records artists, Ouija Mac, with the message, "As you know, Elon Musk is down with the clown. What you may not know is Psychopathic Records is down with saving the planet, reducing emissions. We down with Tesla, and Ouija Mac just released the first underground car commercial. Let's all retweet this for our little bro, Ouija Mac."
And sure enough, the music video for Ouija Mac's song Randall's Law features Ouija rapping mostly either in a Tesla or at a Tesla charging station, surrounded by Teslas getting their much-needed juice.
It's Faygo for cars.
Yes. Yes, indeed. They need to, he can change the horn sounds and play farts and stuff on it. He needs to do the whoop, whoop, whoop at every intersection.
Come on, Elon, make it happen.
Yeah, so it's not so much an underground car commercial like ICP made it sound. The lyrics don't appear to have anything to do with Teslas or environmentalism in general, but it still features Tesla cars and charging stations the way a lot of other rap videos feature Bentleys and Lamborghinis. Ouija Mac also posts a lot about being vegan, so again, you can be down with the clown and also care about reducing humanity's dependence on crude oil and factory farming. Juggalos, they're a Big Ten.
Yeah, and they will welcome you with open arms. Sweaty arms.
Yeah, there was a great tweet this week that was, it was something like, brother from another mother, lame, played out, like, not gender fluid. And then it was like, what you have to say is clown from another circus.
Ah.
Yeah.
I like it.
So, works for the juggalos especially.
Yeah. And also, I'm not sure we even talked about this while it was happening, but around the time Elon Musk was working on getting those kids out of that cave in Thailand, and people were still mostly supportive of this because he hadn't yet called that guy a pedophile, in the midst of all of that, he also declared his love of ICP on Twitter. This was around the same time that it was discovered that juggalo makeup was effective at beating facial recognition, and Musk, quote, retweeted an article about that saying, "Whoop whoop.
Here comes the horn, I'm telling you, he's gonna do it."
When asked by a follower if he was in fact down with the clown, Elon replied, "Yeah, I like ICP."
ICP then replied to Elon's surprising admission with, "Yo, Elon Musk, thank you, ninja. But how about showing our wounded pockets how much you like them somehow? They've been wounded since our battle with the FBI. We're open to anything you come up with, my wealthy and powerful friend. Crazy face." Signed, Violent J. And Elon replied with, "I will buy a ton of your merch," with Grime replying minutes later with, "Sick," shooting star emoji. Noah, did he ever get that merch in?
I don't know. I'd like to think so.
Well, I hope so.
I feel like the ICP would call him out if he didn't follow.
And just to reiterate, juggalos, the majority of which are very nice people. Everyone that we've met, very nice. Violent J, wonderful father.
Great father.
Very supportive.
I'm still waiting for episode 3 of Snake Busters.
Yeah.
I guess his daughter...
Well, they're too busy with their actual good furry costumes now.
Yeah.
Out there in the furry world to worry about shitting on other things.
Yeah.
They're very positive. Only when they're slighted.
Because when there's a snake, you gotta bust it.
Yeah, don't let that clown off the leash.
Yeah. Anyway, that all happened not long after the Juggalo March on Washington, when Violent J, Shaggy 2-Dope, and thousands of Juggalos converged upon our nation's capital to protest the absurd fact that the FBI had years earlier classified Juggalos as a gang, which had actually caused some serious personal and professional issues for lots of innocent Juggalos who simply enjoy ICP's music. That march, beautiful as it was, unfortunately did not accomplish its goals, and a few months later, ICP and the ACLU lost their lawsuit seeking to remove Juggalos from the 2011 National Gang Threat Assessment.
Stupid.
It was this weird catch-22 thing where they're like, well, the threat assessment was non-binding, so it doesn't actually mean anything, so we can't get rid of it. but it's like it had still caused people to like lose their jobs and like lose custody of their kids.
It doesn't not have an effect on things.
Like Violent J explained it really well in one interview where he's just like, yeah, there's a bunch of like small towns, shitty towns in the Midwest where nothing happens, but now the cops can go and say, look, we have a gang in our town, a violent gang, and they can get a bunch of funding and like go crack some skulls, even though it's just a bunch of like teenagers who like sipping on Faygo and like rap music.
Well, either way, this whole thing, like ICP, I mean, Great Milenko was a pretty big album, all things considered, but historically, a very underground hip-hop act that rarely broke into the mainstream in any real big way. And over the past like decade, partly responsible for the Gang Association, partly responsible for the Magnets song, they have solidified themselves as like Americana. Like they are a part, like in the lexicon of this country. It's actually pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Like you say something about ICP now or Juggalos now, everybody pretty much knows what you're talking about. Even at their peak in like the 90s, people would be like, what Insane Clown Posse? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, it's crazy because like, in general, I don't think they've gotten mega rich off of this.
No.
Like the fan base is
They seem to be doing fine, but...
Yeah, the fan base compared to a lot of other fan bases, quite small. But like as a, cultural thing...
Very significant.
Yeah, very significant. Hard to ignore.
Yeah.
So it's unclear whether Elon Musk and Grimes did in fact help out ICP by buying a ton of their merch. But hopefully Elon at least appreciates Ouija Mac's music video. Also, speaking of Elon and Grimes, they've apparently got a baby on the way, which might explain Elon's extremely dorky dancing at that Tesla event in China earlier this week.
He's still got that glow on him. Ooh, I can create life.
My dick still works. Grimes made the announcement via some nudes on the Twitter timeline featuring a translucent baby photoshopped onto her belly, though weirdly, the father of the child, who posts way too much about everything, has not yet posted about his upcoming baby, which is odd. But anyway, congratulations. Best of luck to them. This baby has the potential to be the weirdest person who has ever existed, and this is very exciting news for everyone.
Yeah, this baby's gonna grow up. He's going to be our age when Barron Trump is president.
Oh my God.
So, look forward to that.
Hopefully I'll be dead before any of this happens.
We'll be long dead before this Elon baby can have any control.
Oh boy.
Speaking of weird stuff, Cats has of course been out in theaters for a few weeks now, and despite its overwhelmingly negative reviews and audiences being hostile towards it from the moment the first time the trailer dropped back in July, it's still in many ways become a cultural touchstone for bad cinema that audiences still go out of their way to see despite knowing full well what they're getting into. I did it, and I regret it. I was cat curious. I went and saw the movie, and it was just boring and bland, and it is crazy, but not in a good... I've explained this far too much already. Everyone said the same thing. It's really not worth it. Anyways, many of the people who've gone to the theater, like me, to see Cats, they want to see it specifically because of how insane and terrible it looks. And, I mean, I wasn't high, but I would have liked to have been. That probably would have aided the situation. Anyways, this week, the Washington Post told some of the people's stories who did go see this under the influence. Here's some excerpts.
Rhina, a 25-year-old from South Carolina, also ate gummies. She could not get past the mismatched proportions of the cats in the film. Sometimes they were cat-sized, sometimes they were human-sized, and sometimes they appeared to be the size of mice. She made it 10 minutes, she says, quote, and then I went to the AMC bathroom and threw up.
Jesus.
What size are these cats?
Yeah, it is kind of strange to think about. There's also parts which is really like one of the weird things, and again, this is not an endorsement. I have to keep saying that. But like, like the kind of meat haunches that you'd see in like the Flintstones, where it's like a giant like a dinosaur thing, but like it's a classic like breaded chicken leg looking thing. That's in this movie, and they're just like like the Flintstones movie.
Yeah.
Like it's no big deal, and
so
no one cares how
a chicken wing.
I think so, and no one cares how bad and fake it looks. Like it literally looks like it was on the Broadway set. Like they have to reuse it 700 times in the next year. Anyways, more high reviews. Soon after the tingling feeling started in her forehead, Sarah, the 26-year-old from Louisville, realized that she and her roommate had made a miscalculation. The human-like cats, cat-like humans, were grotesque. Sarah couldn't stop staring at their feet, or hands. Where their fur ends and their human hands start, it would move in a weird, unnatural way, she says. At one point, Jenny Anydots...
Wait, what? Oh, is that really what she's
I
called?
guess. I don't even remember that.
Oh my God.
I remember Rum Tum Tugger with the hard R, and Mr. Mistopheles, and that's pretty much it.
Jenny Anydots, okay.
That's the cat, I guess, played by Rebel Wilson. Yeah, she explains this, and this is a real scene. Rebel Wilson eats dancing cockroaches who have human faces in a horrifying scene. I felt like I was losing my mind, Sarah says. I was just concentrating on taking deep breaths. It was a lot.
Yeah, this doesn't sound fun. Here's another one. In Michigan, a 33-year-old man named Zachary, also on edibles, wrestled with his own attraction to the cat version of Swift. Her face still looks like Taylor Swift, he tells the Post, and also it seems himself. But no, she's a monster.
And finally, one stoned review was simply, vomited 4 times but ultimately understood the film on a deep level. So yeah, while the idea of seeing a bunch of awkwardly CGI'd actors pretend to be singing cats might seem like the perfect scenario for getting high, tread lightly. Again, maybe just wait for the home video release so you don't have a panic attack in a public place. I got pretty drunk when I saw it, and at one point in the movie I was like, do I get up and leave or will I miss something worthwhile? And then I thought in my head if anything had happened in the past 10 minutes and was like, nah, I'm not gonna miss anything. So I went and got another beer during the movie.
That's the one good thing about seeing movies that are bad is you don't feel any guilt about going to the bathroom, going to the concessions in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever, who cares?
The songs were bad.
I'm just passing the time here.
Yeah.
So yeah, as horrifying as cats may be though, something much more horrifying is the thought of having a bucket of hot diarrhea poured on your head, which as we've seen in recent months, is a very real thing that happens out in the world.
At an increasingly bad rate.
Yeah, and sometimes, well, in every case so far, completely at random.
Yeah.
It could happen to you. This week we bring you a new diarrhea bucket story from the state of Florida.
God damn it.
Now in this case, unlike previous shit bucket instances, this doesn't seem to have been a random attack. A woman living in a trailer park seems to have had a dispute with her landlord, and in the midst of that dispute, a diarrhea bucket was deployed as a weapon. But the details beyond that are a bit murky.
Just like the poop itself. Cops showed up to the trailer park finding the 2 women covered in shit. The tenant with just a little bit of poo on and around her face, but the landlord completely drenched. The tenant initially claimed that her landlord came into her trailer and immediately reached for a bucket of diarrhea and threw it on her as a way to very dramatically tell her that she's being evicted.
That's my favorite. My favorite part of the old Apprentice show was when Donald Trump would throw a bucket of diarrhea on the people he was firing.
Yes. Yes, this was all the landlord's fault. She knew exactly where that bucket of diarrhea was, and she was prepared to use it as a weapon. This story obviously doesn't make much sense on account of most of the bucket's contents being on the landlord and not the tenant. So the tenant changed her story a little bit, saying she actually blocked the bucket toss, causing the landlord to spill the bucket on herself, which is hilarious. A real gag, a real fun gag. After that, she says her landlord chased her down and rubbed poop all over the tenant's face, which probably happened. That's probably the only reason that there was poop on the tenant.
If I gotta be covered in shit, you're gonna be covered in shit.
Whose shit was it?
Unclear. A lot of unanswered questions here.
This is the community's bucket.
The police, the video, the dash cam,
body
cam.
Oh God!
These cops are, this is the most I've felt bad for a police officer in a long time. They are so unhappy to be dealing with this.
Well,
anyway, the cops they then stressed to the tenant that she has to tell the truth, ma'am. You can't lie to us.
Oh, they cast a spell on her.
Yeah.
Ooh, you better tell the truth.
So she changed her story again, saying that, yes, she had been the one to throw the bucket. But she thought that it was a bucket of water, not a bucket of feces.
Come on.
She got her buckets mixed up.
Yeah.
After that innocent oopsie, a struggle ensued, and that's how poop got on the tenant's face. And according to the police, the tenant knew that the landlord was coming by to assess some damage and was just waiting, bucket in hand, for her landlord to open the door so she could drench her. It's like something you'd see on Nickelodeon in the early 90s, except with human shit instead of green slime.
Yeah. Did she say the magic word, though?
No. No one, I don't know.
I believe the phrase was, I don't know, or something like that from the old Nickelodeon
Family
days.
Double Dare?
No. It was, you can't show that on television.
You can't do that
this on television. And if you said water, you'd get water on your...
Yeah.
Yeah, she should have put the bucket on the door. So when the door opened, it just toppled over and got her.
Yeah, Home Alone would have been a much better movie if all of Kevin's traps was just shit.
Yeah.
Slipping on the front stairs, falling into some shit.
Big beam of shit hitting you in the face.
Big bucket of shit falling down through the laundry chute, getting all over Daniel Stern's face.
Right down his mouth.
Instead of a nail on the stairs,
it's a turd.
Steps in some shit. Joe Pesci opens the door, instead of a flamethrower, it's just a shit thrower.
Yeah.
Be a great movie. There's still life in the Home Alone franchise.
We'll get that Corridor Digital on the phone and have them shit up Home Alone.
Anyway, as for the biggest question you probably have about this story, according to the article on clickorlando.com, quote, records do not indicate why there was a bucket of human feces inside the trailer.
Well, good for Click Orlando.
But if I had
real hardcore journalism there.
If I had to guess, trailer lady, her plumbing in the trailer probably stopped working a while ago.
Yeah.
And you gotta go. So she went down to Home Depot, bought one of their affordable orange buckets.
Yeah, trusty orange buckets.
Yeah.
Everyone has to have one. You're not a dad unless you have an orange Home Depot bucket.
Yeah, she made do with it.
She literally made do in it.
Made doo-doo with it.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, would you believe if we told you that wasn't the most insane way an American took out their anger on their landlord this past week? Get ready. This 93-year-old Las Vegas man here had apparently been dealing with some flooding in his apartment and was rightfully quite upset with the apartment's management for not handling the situation as quickly as he would have liked. So as you can see in the surveillance footage, he headed down to the management office to air his grievances and seems to have gotten a bit of the old landlord runaround. So he pulled out a handgun to let them know that this old man ain't fucking around.
I could drop dead any day now, so you gotta fix this plumbing situation quick.
I have nothing to live for except for pissing you off because you've pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, without sound on the surveillance video, it's impossible to know how the conversation really went. I am so curious. Mm-hmm. But brandishing the weapon does not seem to have gotten his point across as well as he would have liked. So he fires a round off into a wall nearby, and the bullet goes through a computer monitor.
Cool.
These bullets work.
Yep.
It's not a prop gun. So at this point, one management employee gets him to let her leave, and she does, leaving just one manager now at the mercy of the disgruntled 93-year-old tenant with a handgun. The tenant then shoots the manager in the leg, causing him to fall on the ground in agony. And then just a few moments later, the old man shoots him again in the other leg. He has fully immobilized this landlord.
Yeah. Police then show up shockingly fast, and as a perfect cherry on top of this absurd American scene, they fire at the old man immediately right as he's raising his arms to surrender. Classic.
Yeah.
They missed the shot despite him being about 2 feet away from him. These
Great shit, guys.
These are stormtroopers.
This is also like while the guy he'd shot is like also right there.
Like right behind him in the trajectory of a bullet potentially.
Yeah.
It turns out the gunshots from the old man were just graze wounds. So the landlord guy, he's doing fine. He only spent a few hours in the hospital. The old man, though, he faces charges of attempted murder, kidnapping, burglary, and illegal discharge. It was a real shit show all around. But, we've all been there. You tell your landlord to fix some problem because it's their job. They ignore you. And then you go and you shoot both their legs out.
Send a message.
Yeah.
About respect.
I don't think he should be... attempted murder is a bit much.
Yeah,
he obviously took a choice to not murder this person.
Yeah, and like throughout the video, I don't think at any
attempt.
point he even points it at like any vital organs. Like he went in there planning to shoot some kneecaps out.
Yeah.
But he's old, he's got the glaucoma, so there were some grazed shots on the legs.
I think he grazed on purpose. I think this man is, he knows his way around a gun. The murder would not have been attempted. It would have been successful. This guy had him dead to rights.
If he wanted to kill someone, he
drop the charge. That's what I say. Dun dun. There we go. Anyways, I bet this guy, next time someone calls, probably not this guy because he'll probably not be living there. But
yeah, I think the old man may die in prison.
Next time someone calls about fixing some damage to their apartment, they might be a little quicker on the jump to get that fixed.
Yeah.
It's about sending a message.
Sending a message, yeah. Tenants, they have rights too, and they are not to be fucked with.
Yeah, he got these tenants' rights in place for the next 10 years at least.
Yeah.
The rest of the tenants owe him a debt of gratitude.
Yeah, man's in some respects a hero. In some respects a terrorist. He's like the Qasim Soleimani of this apartment complex.
Sure,
you know? It really depends on where you're looking at the situation. And yeah.
And meanwhile, a bus full of children crashes outside because the cops blocked one way of traffic.
Yeah, you can't win them all.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's time for some sponsors. This episode is sponsored by Stitch Fix. Describe your look in one word: casual, sophisticated, playful, mid-30s YouTuber.
Lazy.
However you dress, Stitch Fix has the expert personal stylist that can help you look your best. Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service that delivers your favorite clothing brands right to your door. To get started, go to stitchfix.com/weird, answer some questions about your preferred style, and your personal shopper will ship you a box of clothes, shoes, and accessories.
With Stitch Fix, everyone can look their best. They have solutions for men, women, and kids all over the US and now the UK. Why did I do Australia? The UK.
The UK, mate.
There's no commitment required and you only pay for what you keep. Shipping, exchanges, and returns are always free. Plus, the $20 styling fee is automatically applied towards anything you keep from your box. You'll never have to worry about looking good again with Stitch Fix. Get started today at stitchfix.com/weird and get an extra 25% off when you keep everything in your box. That is stitchfix.com/weird.
And this episode is sponsored by Quip. Quip, the makers of the Quip electric toothbrush, wants you to know the one single discovery that matters most for your dental care. It is simply this, that if you have good habits, you are good. That means brushing for 2 minutes twice a day and flossing regularly no matter what brand you use. Quip makes that simple, starting with an electric toothbrush, refillable floss, and anti-cavity toothpaste. Quip's electric brush has sensitive sonic vibrations with a built-in timer and 30-second pulses to guide a full and even cleaning.
The Quip floss dispenser comes with pre-marked string to help you use just enough. Maybe you're using too much. They help you out. Plus, Quip delivers fresh brush heads, floss, and toothpaste refills to your door every 3 months with free shipping, so your routine is always right. Join over 3 million healthy mouths and get Quip today, starting at $29. And if you go to getquip.com/weeklyweird right now, you'll get your first refill free. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/weeklyweird. That is getquip.com/weeklyweird. Quip, the good habits company. You know that they're doing really well too because some of the other big boys are starting to make the same kind of thing.
Oh, they're coming for you.
I keep the OG.
Yeah, It's a good toothbrush.
It is.
Anyway, let's look at some headlines, starting with some war news. Iran may have a fleet of communist killer dolphins.
We shouldn't have messed with them.
You guys, let's just back away slowly here.
Yeah.
We do not want smoke with the Iranians. They have dolphins that are trained to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is...
They're going to sneak into all of our SeaWorld parks
and
destroy them from the inside.
They are literally like suicide bomber dolphins.
Yeah.
But they also trained... I don't know.
How are they communist?
Well, they were originally a fleet of young dolphins in the Soviet Union, trained by this one Russian guy up in the north. He trained the dolphins, if there was a naval war, they knew the difference between the sounds of Russian ships and other ships, and they would suicide bomb into foreign ships. They were trained how to if some Navy SEALs or something showed up in a duck boat, they knew they would put a sword on them or a harpoon, they would go and stab them. But yeah, the Soviet Union falls.
What are you going to do with all these dolphins?
And this guy, this trainer, this selfless animal trainer, he's left on the hook with a bunch of expensive dolphins.
I like how his training expertise is just him convincing animals to kill themselves.
Yeah.
Hey, but he's good at it.
He's good at it. He gives them a meaningful death.
Sure.
So he was on the hook for these dolphins.
You're going to fuck so many virgin dolphins.
After a few years, he went broke. He couldn't afford to feed them, so he sold them to Iran. Not because he wants any involvement in Iran's affairs, but he's got all these dolphins, and they're going to die if they don't find a new home. So Iran very graciously took in the killer commie dolphins, and that's all we really know. We don't know what happened to them, but Iran paid a good price for these dolphins.
They're not just going to let them die.
And dolphins, they can live to be like 50 or 60 years old. So a lot of these are OG commie dolphins. They don't know the wall came down.
They're blood hungry too.
Yeah.
No. So we should watch out, I guess.
We should be very careful. Tread lightly. The Persian Gulf is very
Swim
salty.
lightly. Foxes keep attacking this 88-year-old, leading him to strangle one with his bare hands.
Yeah, this guy in Maine.
Yeah.
He
don't fuck with old people. They have a lot less to lose.
Yeah, well, a few months ago, he got attacked by a rabid fox, and he had to beat it to death. He curb stomped it to death, basically.
You got to do what you got to do.
And it beat the shit out of him. Yeah, and then more recently, another fucking fox. He's out in his fucking driveway working on his car. Another fox comes up and starts shit.
Not this again.
And he's wrestling with it for, they said 10 minutes. It's crazy. And he had to choke this one out too.
Is rabid as well? It must be. If they're going this crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like you could subdue a fox pretty easily if it's not rabid.
I mean, I feel like they just wouldn't start shit with you. That's the thing. Like, rabies makes animals that normally would just avoid confrontation.
Yeah, I saw a fox on my winter break. It was like 10 feet from me, and it just ran away.
They don't want...
Didn't attack me.
Yeah.
But if it did, I'd just kick it in the face.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, I'm not trying to talk a big game here or anything. I'd probably get eviscerated by a fox. I'm just saying, they're like little dogs.
Well, they're a little more dangerous than that. But
yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, they're not big.
Grab it by the tail and just throw it.
Yeah.
Only if it's attacking them. I'm not telling you to abuse animals. This is if you're getting attacked by a rabid animal.
But if it comes
you're well
down
within your rights to defend yourself.
Yeah, just like this man.
Yes. Well within his rights.
Well within his rights. But yeah, they keep attacking him. They know about it. They're like, oh, that's the guy that killed our friend.
Yeah, now they're all pissed off.
Yeah.
That's the only problem.
Anyway, parking meters across NYC not accepting credit cards were never programmed to work in 2020.
Vote Bloomberg to be our president.
Yeah. It's like Y2K. Like Y2K, everyone rallied around that, solved it.
Yeah.
And
this time no one gave a shit.
No one gave a shit.
Yeah.
This one, it's like, it's not even something they can just, send out a update across the network. They have to send a technician out to every single parking meter in New York City.
Good.
There's like 100,000 of them.
Good.
They go one by one and like crack that baby open and do like a fucking firmware update. It's gonna take months. And I think you can still use cash and you can still use like the app, but...
Oh, and if you don't, they're gonna ticket the shit out of your car.
Yeah, it's... this has got to be frustrating because I don't know why anyone would drive a car in New York to begin with. I guess there's reasons. But it does not seem like a fun city to drive in. And now, this.
You literally, if you live in the city, you have to have like those hideous, giant, ugly rubber bumper attachments because everyone just smashes into your car all day long.
Yeah, any parallel parking job is just like,
yeah,
all right, I'm in.
It's implied that your car will get hit every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like a fun place to own a car.
No, not at all.
Well, this is it's actually fucking hilarious that they have to go fix all this by hand.
Yeah.
I love it.
Great job.
Louisiana man held gun to son's head for drinking last Dr. Pepper. Was that
Wow.
a Dublin Dr. Pepper?
A what?
The only original recipe one.
Dublin Dr. Pepper?
Dublin, Texas.
Oh.
The original recipe.
Okay. I thought you were talking about some Irish Dr. Pepper. I don't know, but this is a great advertisement for Dr. Pepper. Obviously, this is a delicious soda.
So good, you'll kill your kids.
So good, you will brandish a weapon and threaten to blow your son's brains out if he drinks the last one. So,
I mean, Dr. Pepper. I don't drink pretty much any soda at all these days, but Dr. Pepper probably was my favorite out of all of the sodas.
It's got a sort of savory sweetness to it.
You should really try it.
Spice.
Go over to Galco's and get a Dublin Dr. Pepper. You'd really enjoy it.
What's Galco's?
Wait, are you fucking kidding me?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, I've seen Huelhauser, but you haven't? You grew up here.
What is Galco's?
It's a family-run grocery store in Highland Park that has like 4 aisles just filled with sodas that you can't get anywhere.
Oh.
Like 4 entire aisles, and it's nothing but soda pop.
That's cool. I don't know.
Well, you learned a lot about soda today.
I did. Yeah, speaking of headlines that read like corporate advertisements, police search for man who broke into Taco Bell, made a meal, and took a nap. Wow, that Taco Bell must be delicious. Their food is so good, people break in and cook it themselves. Wow. I don't know about you, but I'm hungry for some Taco Bell.
This is just kind of sad, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like in the surveillance video, it looks like he might have worked for a Taco Bell at some point in the past. He knows his way around this kitchen.
Yeah.
And yeah.
He wanted a safe place to sleep and a meal. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Taco Bell, you can take this hit. I'm sure it's fine.
I mean, he did also steal some shit, but also, I don't know. It seems like he was probably just hungry and in need of shelter.
Taco Bell's trying to copy In-N-Out now by offering $100,000 a year salary to its managers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
I mean, In-N-Out has probably the best service of any fast food chain by far, and it's because they compensate their employees quite well.
Yes.
Especially compared to
anywhere
else in the industry.
Yeah, so good for Taco Bell. I'm interested to see how it plays out. Hopefully other companies are like, wait, hold on. When you pay people money, they enjoy where they work, and the service is improved.
When your employees aren't just constantly stressed out about how they will pay their bills and take care of their families, they are genuinely better at their jobs.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's so strange.
Huh.
More companies should try this.
I mean, yeah, $100K for management, that's cool. Maybe think about extending that to the whole fleet of employees.
Yes. That would be great, wouldn't it?
That would be very nice. Florida woman arrested for threatening to get McDonald's sauce by any means necessary. Hey, we've all been there, haven't we? That sauce is delicious. Wonder which sauce was it?
All the Rick and Morty fans, they know what this is about now. This is the whole week. All of these brands are kickstarting the new year with like the most subversive viral ad campaigns I've ever seen.
We need crimes to happen at our stores.
2020 is all about violence.
Crimes of passion for people that really want our product.
Yeah.
It's going to go viral.
Yeah.
It's
they're all trying to copy the Popeyes thing.
Yeah.
You can't bottle up that magic.
Yeah, I mean, hearing about people getting like beat and murdered standing in line for Popeyes, it did make me want that chicken sandwich even more.
Well, God, it must be good. The same thing. Yeah.
It must be an amazing chicken sandwich. People are willing to die for this chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
But no, in this case, I don't know when they did this, but like McDonald's, they now charge a quarter for each packet of sauce.
Yeah.
Which is fucking bullshit.
You can get them to look the other way, though.
Yeah. If they're cool.
Yeah.
But this woman, she was not down with that. She ordered her food, got to the window, and she's like, "Well, where's the sauce?" And they're like, "That's gonna be 25 cents."
You should at least get her off. You should at least get a sauce per sauceable item.
I don't know. Free. I don't know what her order was, but
she just goes there and sucks down sauce like Jello shots.
Yeah, she just wanted that as a digestif.
That barbecue sauce, so good.
Sweet and sour.
You know what I do? I mix the hot buffalo in the barbecue. That's the best.
Oh, we got a mixologist over here.
I put on my my fedora and my glasses with the magnifying lens attached to them.
The sauce boss.
With little packets. Yeah, she should have got one for free though.
Yeah, just give the lady some sauce.
The customers can have a little bit of sauce.
I will get the sauce by any means necessary.
Well. Shopper falls asleep on a comfy store mattress and stays the night, Missouri cops say.
Oh, wow, must have been a really comfy mattress. Which brand of mattress was that?
Serta!
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
I need to know what kind of mattress that is, because obviously it's a comfortable mattress.
This is clearly an actual crime because they didn't include the brand name.
Yeah.
This is not a plant.
Well, maybe they botched the, the attempted
The people down at like Serta are just so pissed right now. We told the plant to tell everyone that he fell asleep because the bed was so comfortable.
Oh!
He found his sleep number. You know how hard it is to find your sleep number these days? This guy found it, and he couldn't give it up.
Yeah, well, better luck next time, Serta. Here's a fun one. Iowa middle school student does felony-level damage to school in effort to cancel classes. He put some sort of epoxy into all of the door locks. The entire school, including digital door locks.
And I'm sure there was cameras everywhere.
Yeah. He did not think about that at all. He was caught on camera doing this. Yeah. He did about $10,000 worth of damage because a lot of these docks are like, the locks are like card readers and stuff like that.
But I like his old school approach to getting classes canceled. You gotta respect his hustle.
Yeah.
Most people just call in a bomb threat.
Yeah, that's lazy.
Yeah, it's lazy and stupid. Yeah. Go and, physically commit the crime.
This kid's willing to go down there and get his hands sticky.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. Full morgues at Ottawa hospitals mean bodies kept in conference rooms, say union.
Yes, I guess a lot of people are dying in Ottawa.
It's cold.
It is cold, but like an unusually high amount. So they're just storing bodies wherever they can.
We should probably look into this.
Yeah, what's
happening over there?
Nowhere in the article does it explain just why there's so many more dead people.
Why are there more bodies? Oh no, it's not about that. It's about they're putting them in the conference rooms.
Yeah. And they said we put them in a conference room and then, it's winter, so we just open up a window and, you got yourself a freezer right there. It's perfectly fine.
They don't stink, they're frozen.
They said that it did start to smell like
I'm sure it did.
All over the place, which...
Oh, you imagine like someone goes home for the weekend and leaves the heater on? Oof.
That was a plot line in Dexter, I believe.
Oh, really? I never saw it.
He wanted to destroy some evidence because they found a bunch of his bodies.
Yeah.
And so he broke in and turned off the AC and turned on the heat. So when they came back from the next day, the bodies were all just like goop.
Well, I should get around to watching that.
It's not good.
Okay.
There's like 1 or 2 decent seasons, and then the show just drastically becomes fucking terrible.
Oh well.
It's almost worth it for the weird journey of being like, hey, this show's pretty good, and then just riding that wave into just absolute shittiness.
Well, you committed to it. I usually just stop watching.
I did. I stopped watching after season 3 or 4.
All right.
And it kept going. Arizona City under siege by graffiti artist who keeps writing "penis man" on everything.
Is he writing it on top of other graffiti, or is it like a new?
It's a new tag.
Previously clean areas.
It's like
penis man, huh?
Penis man. It's all over like street signs.
That's great.
Electrical boxes.
Which Arizona
buildings.
city does it say?
Tempe.
Oh. Yeah, there's not much to do there.
Yeah, the Phoenix Metroplex. I mean.
Oh, Tempe. I was thinking of Tucson. Tempe's just outside of Phoenix. There's plenty to do there. It's where the college is.
Tempe is just to the east of Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where all the colleges are. So,
I'll have to hit up Matt Good and ask if he's seen the penis man tags.
Yeah,
he lives over there.
Maybe Matt Good is penis.
He could be. I mean, it could be anyone. It could be a woman.
That's just a fun little tag.
It could be a woman and she's like trying to throw cops off the set.
Oh, shit.
Why would I, a woman, write penis man all over?
We got our profiler on the case, and he says with some certainty that penis man is probably a male, white, mid-20s.
Yeah, attends the college.
Slight build, college student.
Yeah.
Profiling's bullshit. Prison soccer match between rival cartels ends with 16 dead.
What the fuck? Why wasn't this broadcast?
Well, it happened in Mexico. It didn't happen here.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, like, is there video footage of it? Did they kill each other on the field?
Yeah, but like it wasn't filmed. Like this wasn't a TV. It was in prison. They got members of 2 cartels.
Oh, prison soccer match.
Yeah, it's a prison soccer match.
Yeah.
So the cartels, they had a soccer match. There were some calls that they didn't agree with.
Yellow card from the warden.
This was like January 1st or January 2nd. Turned out during like holiday visitation, a lot of people's wives had smuggled in tiny little guns in their snatches. Mm-hmm. So there were guns on the field. And shit got really out of hand. And
I guess you could say things got out of hand. Yeah, Elliot.
So,
16 dead.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I think they should keep letting the cartels
play soccer matches
with each other. This has the potential to be the way we sort this whole situation out.
Yeah.
It's just, the cartels, biggest problem in Mexico for years now, but the cartels also hate each other.
And they love soccer.
Yeah. So, once you got them in jail, just toss a soccer ball to them, say, hey, which one of you's cartels is
the best soccer
team? And they take it very seriously.
I love the idea of like you being like a prison guard and having to tell the warden that 16 people died, and you just say, well, okay, listen,
look,
they had a soccer match.
These are bad people.
Things got a little out of hand.
But like, look, warden, these guys were like, they were cartel members.
Yeah.
They're in here because they like put people inside a rack full of tires and poured gasoline on them. Like, they're not good guys. So I think we should keep having soccer matches.
Yeah.
And keep giving them guns. The problem is sorting itself out.
And honestly, you'll just be left with the best soccer players.
Yeah.
So there you go. Australia will have snipers and helicopters shoot thousands of camels to conserve water. They have camels in Australia?
Yeah, do you remember when we were in Abu Dhabi, they were like, yeah, most of their camels now are imported from Australia.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Australia, I don't know when this happened, but they became like one of the #1 spots for camel farming.
It's so weird that like, Australia is like this weird sex zone where like anything that you bring there, it just starts multiplying. The frogs, the rabbits.
Yeah, they're now, like, it was a bad idea. They're now an invasive species, and animals, they escape from farms. So now there's like a fuckload of camels. And it sounds like it is a serious problem because camels are thirsty constantly and they do drink up a lot of water. I don't know if it's a significant enough amount of water to justify sending in like SEAL Team 6 to take them all out.
Yeah.
But
how can you kill camels?
They are
just don't lead
invasive.
them so much.
Yeah. I mean, Australia got a lot of problems right now. Maybe, I'm not sure this is the biggest one they've got, but
they're going to harvest the water from those humps.
Those camels, much like the kitty cats, they've got to go.
Yeah.
We have got to take them out.
Australia's got a lot of problems.
It's Australia is just the perfect,
wonderful people.
The perfect example of like why humans can't be trusted with the earth.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, good people. And speaking of their biggest predicament they're currently in. Here's our final headline. Morrison said he's thankful nobody died in Kangaroo Island bushfire that killed 2.
Yeah, it's even weirder than that, too, because he was, like, corrected, and he's like, well...
He's like, look, it sucks that everyone's house burned down here, but at least no one died. And they're like, actually, 2 people died. And he's like, okay, well, what I meant to say is, at least no firefighters died. And they're like, actually, they were both volunteer firefighters. They died in the fire. Just like, ooh, well, shit.
Yeah.
And then... You want to shake my hand? Okay, no one wants to shake my hand. I'm going to just slowly walk away.
I can't believe he hasn't resigned.
Yeah, this man has no shame.
No.
No shame at all. It is fascinating. But
horrifying.
It sounds at least like there was some poll recently where it's like the vast majority of young Australians are strongly in favor of like making climate change the country's like #1 priority, like mobilizing for it.
Why is that?
Mobilizing
it's almost like they have
for
first-hand experience.
On a scale like similar to like the World Wars.
Yeah.
The older people, I don't know. They're eating up this conspiracy theory now. They're like,
oh,
yeah,
it's all
like,
arsons?
Islamic terrorists are setting fires. It's like,
yeah, they had this thing like there was an arrest for like arsonists, and it's like, well, yeah, okay, sure, even if there are, and according to the news, there are people setting fires.
But it's the
That's
same.
one thing. But like the ability for that fire to spread and take over an entire fucking continent.
Yeah. Well, and also like if you look at the actual like details of these arson cases, they're similar to the ones that happen in California every summer, where it's like some fucking farmer who like was being a fucking idiot and like started a brush fire on his farm that got out of hand. Like it's technically arson, but like it's not.
People starting campfires in the Angeles National Forest.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
It's arson because you caused a wildfire, but it's not like these people were like, hey, let's go start a fucking wildfire.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But,
it's usually a very idiotic reason.
But yeah, summer is still underway down there.
Yeah.
Things are not letting up.
But they've got months of this.
Yeah. But hey, if all the forest burns down and all the animals die, well, there won't be anything left to burn.
There you go.
So, cool.
Yeah. Literally scorched earth.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, check out our podcast from this week if you're a member of our Patreon or a YouTube member. If you want to become a member of those, there's a link in the description below. You can check out all of our podcasts over there. And be sure to check out our most recent episodes over here. We got a brand new episode of News Dump where we talk about how AI is going to be picking all your movies. And an episode of Tech News Day where we go over all of the lame shit from CES.
That's so lame.
Check that out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.